little dumpster can be quite productive. I usually will have a peek in it when I come up here and do shopping. So I think what happens here is, I'm not quite positive about this, but I'm pretty sure they get new cars in here, or used cars, to sell, and I think they clean them and detail them, and I think they will take the contents out of the trunks and stuff and just throw them in the garbage. They're open right now, so I want to be kind of quick about this. I'll take it home, we'll have a close look at it. That's a nice JVC little tuner, little receiver, and I actually need a new receiver. The one I've had is almost 25 years old. Has a problem or two. What else we got in here? Oh boy, I take a whole stack of stuff. Little shelf speakers. So right across the street from that used car lot, it's a scrap yard. So that works out well. rather than take this home, I'm just gonna drop it off. They're actually not open right now, but I didn't mean to honk my horn. They're not open right now, but I'm gonna just give it to them. They might give me something for it later. I'm not gonna wrestle with this. I don't know if you saw that or not, but that whole Nordic was in there in pieces. But it's really not worth a whole lot, especially by today's prices. Hey, Les. I'm just gonna get rid of this, all right? What? Can I just get rid of this?
Yeah, that's fine. Just lay it on
On the ground? I don't think that was plastic. Nothing like a couple loose pit bulls. So some of you watching may have recently lost a job or going to be unemployed for a while anyways, and I took that piece of scrap to the scrap metal or to the scrap yard, because if you're out there scavenging during normal business hours, the scrap yards are open, you can just take that stuff directly to the scrap yard. Same deal with this. When it comes out of that used car lot like that, this is different than a normal dumpster score, because there's very little doubt in my mind that this is trash or not trash. I'm gonna claim all this works, and in a later video I'll plug it all in and see if it works. I wasn't even intending on making a video today, but I got a bunch of other stuff in the way, and I'm gonna claim for now that this is all working stuff. It just came out of a car that they brought into that lot. It looks like it has some age to it, but the point I was getting to is I could just take this, literally I could have taken this straight to the pawn shop if it was normal business hours. The pawn shop's closed right now, so, but with the experience I have in the subject, I'm just gonna claim that works. That would be one I would just take to the pawn shop and be almost certain that when they test it out, it's all going to be working. Normally you'd want to test it out before you go to a pawn shop. You don't want to waste your time with stuff, but dual cassette, that probably says it's fairly old, I suppose. But we've got a compact disc player, we've got a computer controlled tuner. That's actually an amplifier, what I call that earlier, a receiver. But anyways, I'll hook that up in a later video, show it to you, see if my claim is right or not. And then earlier, off camera, I found that speaker. I'm just probably gonna scrap that. It probably works. Usually they'll have a problem when you just find one like that. Sometimes they work. These I usually just scrap. That's a Kenwood. That's probably got some value to it. I know that some of these that I've found before, people have hooked them up and they're in really good working condition. This one probably works. I hate scrapping something like that, especially at today's really low prices. That's something I should probably try to sell, but I just really don't have any way to test it out. And little fan motor in here. Take this piece of plastic off and there's a fan motor that just came out of a fan, for those of you that don't know. A stand fan that rotates back and forth. And some cords. And I also found this little air deal. I think I can use that on my air tank down on my storage unit that I've been holding back. Maybe. Let's check that out. And I also found this handy dandy little golf putter. Look at that dude. Overspin by Medicus. When that was new, that was probably worth a little bit, but I've found with golf equipment, the people who buy golf equipment generally want to buy their own stuff. That's kind of old, so nice hunk of aluminum for the scrapyard. I'll bust off there, and I guess that's gonna wrap this video up. But anyways, it pays to peek. I just went up to Walmart, like I said, for supplies. I peeked in that one dumpster and then just kind of did a little spin while I was in the neighborhood. But it's basically a one dumpster peek today. Wasn't planning on making a video, but it pays, especially in these times. A lot of people can probably use some extra money, and used car lots is probably a place people won't think about. And I'm sure there's plenty of used car lots where you live. Almost no matter where you live, there's going to be a used car lot somewhere. So they might be in the habit of just taking this stuff and throwing it in the dumpster because, you know, I don't know how much I could get out of this at a pawn shop. Not a whole lot, but there's good value in reusing it myself or selling it on Craigslist or what have you, you know. But them used car lots, you know, they're into selling cars for, you know, making a couple grand on a car. What do they care about $50 stereo? Just, it's not even worth their time, you know. Just, it's not their system, so they just throw it out. So check out them used car lots for sure. Good idea. All right, well, I sure hope you enjoyed this session. And as always, thanks for watching.